Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the Beautiful finally had Finn spit it out. Then Steffy Forrester exploded in emotions once realizing what her husband was telling her this week on the CBS soap. But Joe Finnegan offered enough hints about where he was going with the dreaded conversation. Still, despite all the hints, Steffy couldn't figure it out. Then finally he spelled it out for her, and an emotional explosion erupts on B&B. Bold and the Beautiful had Finn, Tana Novlan, take long enough to relinquish the fact that he is Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, father. But before this, Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, started down many wrong avenues trying to follow what her husband was talking about. First, she thought Poppy Nozenwa, Roni Park, had another child besides Luna that she gave up for adoption. She couldn't wrap her head around what Finn was saying. Then she thought Finn and Poppy had a child he should try to find. But she made several wrong assumptions on Bold and Beautiful this week. It seemed she could not put 2 + 2 together to come out with the awful answer. Steffy said she could never hold Finn accountable for what happened between him and his aunt. She also said there was nothing they could not handle together. So, it is just a matter of time before we see if there is one exception: Luna Nozawa as a stepdaughter. Steffy Forrester is bound to have some misgivings about Finn claiming Luna Nozawa as his daughter this week on Bold and Beautiful. But he hasn't told her the worst part yet, rather the part she likely won't be able to live with. Finn already expressed that he needs to step up as Luna's father. He believes if he had when she was still young, her life would have been so different. But he wasn't given the chance. However, it looks like those evil genes of his birth mother may have skipped a generation. So maybe it wouldn't have made much difference, which is likely an argument he will hear from his wife. So while Steffy Forrester digests what she just learned, Finn will hit her with another blow. And this one she really won't like, as he intends to be a father to his lunatic offspring. Bold and the Beautiful had Steffy Forrester filled with emotions, mostly surrounding her with fear and dread. Finn became visibly shaken just trying to get the words out. So Steffy may stick with her vow that she won't hold her husband responsible. But she likely won't go as far as he wants to go. Steffy Forrester sounded like a wonderful, supportive wife. But her tune is destined to change once she hears Finn's plans to step into the father role for Luna. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Luna standing at the Forrester mansion's front door after opening it to cousin Finn. So he is likely there to tell her the truth about being her father. But Steffy is probably not on board with this at all. Steffy Forrester's support probably ends when Finn tells her he wants a relationship with his daughter. So it looks like this opens the door for Finn to develop a relationship with Luna. Then maybe even Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, who now has a granddaughter, becomes part of his new family. It is easy to see that this young woman has some of the same tendencies as her grandmother. But will Bold and the Beautiful push Finn toward his family of murders? Through no fault of his own, he was dealt these cards, and chances are that if he steps in to be the father to Luna she never had, he will lose Steffy. While Finn turned his back on Sheila for the sake of Steffy, it is hard to imagine he would do this to his child, even though she is a scary one. So despite the support seen so far coming from Steffy Forrester, it likely ends soon as Finn intends to develop a father-daughter relationship with Luna on the CBS soap. Steffy Forrester has always been a woman of power, prestige, and poise. Yet, in recent months, viewers of the Bold and the Beautiful have watched with a mix of frustration and anticipation as she remained blissfully unaware of the storm brewing around her. A woman who once had an almost preternatural ability to sense deception, betrayal, and manipulation seemed suddenly dulled, her instincts clouded by trust, love, and perhaps even denial. But as the old saying goes, when Steffy wakes up, she wakes up with fire. And when the realization finally hit, it did so with the force of a wrecking ball, leaving fans on the edge of their seats as she unleashed an explosion that had been building for far too long. For months, Steffy, the matriarch in the making of the Forrester dynasty, had been lulled into a sense of security. Whether it was her relationship with Finn, her ongoing rivalry with Hope, or the ever-looming specter of Sheila Carter, Steffy seemed almost too slow to recognize the underlying threats surrounding her. Many fans questioned, where was the fierce, strategic Steffy of the past? The woman who could anticipate deception a mile away and strike preemptively. Perhaps it was love that softened her edges, made her trust too deeply, and left her exposed. Finn, the doctor with the heart of gold, had proven his devotion time and again, but even he had blind spots. His connection to Sheila, his undying hope that his biological mother could somehow change, was an Achilles heel that Steffy should have seen coming long before it reached critical mass. But she didn't. Instead, she chose to believe in the stability of her world. She wanted a fairy tale. She wanted peace. She wanted a normal family life. And in doing so, she ignored the signs that the foundation beneath her was cracking, one deception at a time. Like a pot left to simmer too long, the pressure around Steffy built steadily. Small betrayals, whispered conversations, half-truths, and concealed dangers lurked at every turn. Hope and Thomas's rekindled connection sent ripples through Steffy's world. But she brushed them aside as distractions, not realizing that they were symptomatic of something deeper, a shift in the very dynamics she had once controlled with precision. Then there was Liam, always lurking, always ready to swoop in. His presence was both a comfort and a curse. He saw things Steffy refused to acknowledge, warning her about Sheila, about Hope, about Finn's potential blind spots. But Steffy, proud and independent, dismissed him, refusing to give weight to the man who had wavered between her and Hope too many times. She wanted to believe she could navigate the waters on her own. And therein lay the problem. Steffy, in all her strength, had unknowingly let herself drift. She had relinquished control in favor of faith, and in doing so she had set herself up for a catastrophic realization. Then it happened. The moment that had been creeping toward her, inevitable and cruel, finally erupted. Perhaps it was another lie about Sheila. Perhaps it was the revelation that Finn had kept yet another secret from her. Maybe it was Hope's smugness, her audacity to claim a moral high ground while walking the same treacherous path Steffy had been condemned for in the past. Or maybe, just maybe, it was the culmination of it all, the betrayal, the gaslighting, the constant battle between loyalty and truth. It wasn't a slow, teary breakdown. It wasn't a quiet moment of reflection. No, this was a Steffy-style explosion, a volcanic eruption that sent shockwaves through her marriage, her family, and the entire Forrester empire. The rage, the fury, the frustration that had been simmering beneath the surface burst forth in a scene so raw, so powerful, that it left everyone around her stunned. She confronted Finn, eyes blazing, voice unwavering. How could he betray her trust? How could he, of all people, not see the danger that was Sheila? How could he choose to gamble with their safety, their children's safety, in the name of misguided hope? She turned on Hope, finally calling her out for the hypocrisy, for the sanctimonious attitude, for the way she had played the victim while conveniently excusing her own missteps. Even Liam, standing at the periphery, felt the heat of Steffy's wrath as she tore through every illusion, every excuse, and every carefully constructed lie that had been suffocating her for too long. But this wasn't just about rage. It wasn't just about Steffy finally seeing the truth. It was about reclaiming her power. The explosion wasn't just destructive. It was cleansing. It was the fire that burned away the falsehoods and left behind something stronger, something unbreakable. This is the Steffy fans have been waiting for, the woman who doesn't just react but acts. The woman who, when she sees the truth, doesn't just confront it, she demolishes it. What happens next? That's the real question. Will Steffy walk away from Finn, unable to trust him again? Will she finally put Hope in her place, drawing a definitive line between their lives and their shared history. Will she reclaim her throne at Forrester Creations, proving once and for all that she is the true heir to the dynasty? One thing is certain, Steffy Forrester is awake now. And when Steffy is awake, the game changes. The fallout from her eruption will be long-lasting, and the pieces will fall where she dictates, not where others expect them to. And that is the Steffy we know and love, the one who is never truly outplayed, only waiting for the right moment to strike. The bold and the beautiful just got a whole lot more dangerous, and Steffy Forrester is at the center of the storm.